Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Lucky Dog. Hello, Bob and Sue. You're our first people. We're so excited. So sweet of you guys to come.
Hope you all can hear us and see us well.
Let us know that you can hear us because this is a practice run. So let us know that you can hear us.
So, anyways, if you can hear us, we're here for our first live stream. Hopefully, we've got it set up right.
Yes, they can see and hear us. Thank you,
Yay!
guys.
Awesome. Awesome.
Let's see how bad we can do.
Yeah, let's see how bad we can do it. Right. We're sitting here like for the last 10 minutes. What do we talk about? What do we talk about? I said, Sue, you have the biggest gift of gab of anybody that I know in my entire life. You're asking me what to talk about, so we're just going to talk. You know, today Susie did a really good job on the rugs in the RV. It was stained. And
sorry. See, knew I'd do something silly.
Press and hold both volume keys for 3 seconds to use talkback.
Yeah, it was stained pretty bad. My father used to take it to the pit area at the stock car races all at a time, and they were in and out, in and out. And I'm sure somebody had what looked like to be tie rod end grease, wheel bearing grease or something on the bottom of their shoe. And we didn't think it was going to come out, but the rug washing and the stuff we used really got it out, and it looks really, really nice. It really does. Susie's got it all clean.
Yeah, it's feeling like home.
Yeah.
Got it clean. We got it all. My father-in-law was sweet and left everything behind.
Yeah.
So we have, basically we're pretty much all set to go. But I kind of, took some of his stuff out, put some new stuff in, and yeah, it's getting nice looking. We got some mattresses. The funny part is we got this huge, not realizing we sleep on a select comfort bed. So we had gone to visit his sister in Vermont, and we had bought these blow up mattresses, just camping mattresses. So and they were really comfortable. But the bed in the camper is a queen bed, and we had bought full size beds. So we decided to buy a nicer bed. Well, I guess I hate buying online because I'm not good at that. So I bought a 20-inch bed.
and she said to me, I even said to her, it's 20 inches high, honey. And she said, yep. I said, no, I mean, it's 20 inches high. And she said, yep. So she was she was off, shopping or whatever. I forget what. And I set the mattress up for her in the middle of the week. And I knew she didn't go down there for a couple of days. And I knew when she went down there, she wasn't going to like it. She's got to have a trampoline to get on it, practically.
That and the fact that it's so big, I can barely fit myself around the bed because
Right.
It's not a whole bunch of space to begin with. And so it was sticking out. And so I'm like, I can't even fit in here. He's like, you can fit. Hello, Camping Therapy and Redbird Farm. Thank you guys so much for coming to visit Old Man King Homestead. Thank you.
Oh my God, we didn't think we'd have anybody
I know,
here.
we were thinking we're going to be
sitting
talking
here
to
like
ourselves.
totally by ourselves, and because we've watched other first time lives, and it wasn't pretty. Let's put it that way. So I guess we're doing fine. But so anyways, we put the mattress that we took to Vermont with us in there, and it fits perfect. And Susie likes it.
And it's not 20 inches high.
No, and mine is 15 inches high, but I'm tall, so I can get on it and in it, and out of it and everything. And it's very comfortable. They're Best Buy mattresses. We got them through Walmart. They're like super duper comfortable. Oh my God, we had good night's sleeps when we used them on our experimental camping trip with the crazy Cruise America van, Cruise America rig. It wasn't pretty. The thing was a piece of junk and everything, but it proved to us that we would really like it. I mean, we had no propane because we had a propane leak. We had basically no water because we had a water leak. They didn't teach me nothing how to hook nothing up or anything like that. I got it home and I backed the thing into the fence because I had to learn about tail swing when you turn out. I mean, I've been driving trailers and stuff all my life, but I've never driven something that long with an extended back. So I backed it partly into my driveway, and I went to adjust, but I adjusted like I was driving a van, and boom! So it wasn't good, anyways. But I'm a half-baked auto body guy, so I was able to fix it and stuff. And when I took it back, the guy never even blinked. He never even knew it, and it was pretty wrecked. Me and my son spent 2 hours fixing it. So that was my first experience of driving the Class C, so I'm a little nervous about driving this one. But I drove it around and I got used to it, so I think it's going to be fine. I'm just bad at backing up. I've had no accidents going forward my entire life. Well, that's not true. I had one once because it's a slippy road and I ran into the back of somebody before I could stop. But other than that, I've had no accidents at all forward. But all my accidents are backing up. One night we were at the stock car races, and it was a wicked hot summer night, and a thunderstorm came, and the races got canceled. So we raced to my car. We got my car. I started up. I backed up because all the windows were foggy because of the humidity and the rain and all that stuff. And I felt clink. So I get out. I look, and it's this dude's, muscle car. I forget exactly what it was, but it was a beautiful muscle car. And I made this little tiny mark on his bumper, and he's like, "It's okay, dude. It's fine. It's no big deal. It'll be good." So I said, "Okay, thank you." I pulled ahead. I backed up. I went clink. He goes, "What are you bleep bleep, bleep 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 bleep." I'm not going to swear. And I went. All I could say was, "Yep, I am." And so yeah, he was not happy.
Thankfully, cars were made differently then. There was no damage.
I backed into cars. I backed into fences. I backed into trailers. I practically So
he backed the new one into the trail, into the fence. Just starting
already. I've already hit the fence, but I only tinked it. But I'm getting the idea of tail swing. You gotta go way out and turn slow. You can't just turn like you're driving a Corolla. All I've really ever driven is, I've raced go-karts and stuff, but as far as on the road, all I've ever driven was a small S10 and small cars, and the last 15 years Toyota Corollas. So when I got in this thing, it was like driving a dance hall.
He did have he had a little
My God.
a little business where he fixed small engine equipment. He would drive to go to someone's house, and he had a little trailer on the back of the S10, and he could back that thing up like nothing.
I can back up trailers. I can drive trailers all day long. I swear.
But there's something about
that tail swing that got me. But I've learned about. I learned about it. I also learned about the poop hose in a hurry.
If you all haven't seen that one,
I don't know if you saw that video. It was way back. Check it out. Quite a few videos back. And I rented the Cruise America van. Of course, they told me nothing except this is the black valve and this is the gray valve. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I'm getting ready to hook up. So I'm looking at stuff. And as a mechanic, I want to know how things work. So I grabbed the black valve, opened it and closed it. Okay, that's how it works. But little did I know that I had filled a stupid little cavity between the valve and the cover that comes off with somebody else's poop, not my own. So it was horrible. And next thing I know, when I took that cap off, I would say at least a quarter. Well, let's just call it shit. Let's call it what it is. Came out and it stunk the campground up. It was very embarrassing. So, but I learned my lesson: never open the black valve or the gray valve till you have a
hookup.
Oh, yeah.
You managed not to get it on yourself, so that was one good thing.
I have a million lessons to learn. Thank God I've been watching Avier's on YouTube because I didn't know something, but it's almost to the point now where I know just enough to be dangerous. Let's put it that way. So it's a big learning curve.
Redbird Farm got a 38.5 foot fifth wheel, but he wants to go traveling, but she doesn't want to let him drive it.
It'll be okay.
Ours is 32, so we get it.
It'll be fine.
Our first experience is going to be backing out. We couldn't get it in the driveway.
Forget it.
And so he was backing into the poles, and because we have to have a fence for the dog. And so that wasn't going, and I finally like, no, you can't do that. You gotta stop.
6 inches on each side, and I could have fit it, but what happened was my driveway goes up like this, so it bottomed out before I get. So it
didn't work. So needless to say, we had to park it down on the side,
way down on the other side of our property.
But now we have a fence there, and now he has to back it out because that day it was okay. Get it in the property, so he drove it in. Now we have to get it backed out. So Tuesday we have to go for a sticker. So Tuesday is going to be the day of backing it out, and then he'll back it in from then on. So we're backing it out. Hopefully we're going to go when the neighbor's not home because neighbor parks right there. So hopefully we'll go when the neighbor's not home. We can back it out easily and get out. And then when we come back, he'll back it in, and that should be the end of his backing up issues. And we hope and pray.
And we won't have the neighbors in the windows watching me back this thing up with this horrified look. But I built a 14-foot gate for an 8-foot rig, so I have plenty of room for tail swing. You know, it shouldn't be a problem. We'll see, but it shouldn't be a problem.
I just want to say hello to Heidi here and there. Thank you guys so much. We are just so impressed
I
that you
can't believe
guys
how many
took time
people
to
are here. It's like
come
crazy.
and hang out with us.
Oh my God.
And camp and therapy, you are correct. I mean, how do we go about asking people to moderate for us? So yeah, how does that work? Lucky Dogs, we'd love to have you guys be a moderator since you were our first
Absolutely.
person. And camp and therapy, I don't know if that's something you'd be interested in doing. We'd love to have you as
Yeah, I
well.
suppose,
So
yeah. I mean,
we don't know anything. We're new to this. This is all new. We managed to push the right buttons today, so that we're really proud that we able to get that we're here with you guys.
And camping therapy has been one of the nicest ladies. She's been my friend right from way back when I was really making a serious mistake in my messages, and she let me know that I was doing something against YouTube rules. I didn't know,
And we thank you for that.
And I will always, thank her for that. She really helped me on that one, and I really enjoy her videos. I like the vintage stuff that she covers and stuff. I really do. It's so cool. I love, the old. I don't know why they put wings on the old campers, but it's so cool. Just like I don't know why they put wings on the old cars either. I guess they wanted to kind of make them look sort of like sleek, like an airplane. But I think some of the stuff that Camp and Therapy covers is awesome. Like, when you see like a 55 Chevy Nomad, towing a 1962 trailer or something, it just brings back super nostalgic memories. So I really enjoy watching her videos. We have so many people that we're subscribed to that it's really hard to watch everybody's videos. So I want to apologize to anybody. We do try, and we will try to get around to everybody sooner or later. But to try to watch them all, it's just not possible.
Yeah, I've been trying. That's my
we
job.
Really do
so
try. Yeah,
I do try, but I've been crazy busy lately. Putting a lot of hours in, and then when we're not doing that, we're trying to get the camper cleaned and ready to go. So, and then I just haven't been getting to everybody the way I like to. I try to at least watch one video of everybody and make sure we get to everybody. Hey guys, thank you. I just added our moderators. So thanks guys for all the instructions, because it does help.
Thank you.
It does make a big difference.
Yes, it does.
And yes, we did get a backup camera.
Yes. Yes.
That was something we decided we needed to do.
And I checked it out this morning, and it doesn't look too complicated. So I'm going to be putting that in. We have a dog monitor because we want to leave Sweepy in the rig because there's a lot of places that she can't go, and we want to leave the air conditioner going. But we want the dog monitor to make sure that she's never overheating or that there's never a problem. So we've got that, and I've got the backup camera, and
the backup camera, we got the doggy monitor and a tire pressure sensor.
A tire pressure sensor, yeah, because with those dual wheels in the back, they tell me, one tire can be flat and you don't know it, so you're stressing out another tire. And the last thing you need in a Class C is to bounce sideways when you're doing 60 miles an hour. I don't want to do that. So yeah, we're going to put a tire pressure system in. We've got all that together. I honestly think we have everything we need to go camping, and we're fixing to go camping
couple weeks.
The weekend after next. We're very excited. We're going to a state park, and it's close to home. It's 20 miles away, so I don't have to drive far or anything, but we're going to get the hang of it. And then we're going to do 2 or 3 camping trips, short ones, and then we're going to go to Vermont for a while to visit my sister with my dad. And so that should be fun. I'm looking forward to that a lot, actually. I've spent a lot of time with my dad. My dad's always been busy, or I've always been busy and stuff, and so we haven't really spent a lot of time together to speak of. So it'll be cool to spend some time with my dad and go out and see my sister. And I love Vermont. Vermont is what is we love Colorado, we love Utah, we love Arizona, and we've added a new state, Vermont. We've always gone to New Hampshire, but we went to Vermont, and Vermont is just like New Hampshire used to be, I swear to God, in 1963. You can't find Home Depots or McDonald's or, thank God it's Fridays or Wendy's. It's all mom and pop businesses and mom and pop stores and quaint little villages, and everybody's happy and friendly. It's just amazing. So Vermont has been added to one of our favorite states. We haven't been to a lot of states. We've been like all through the South and the Midwest. We haven't been anything north of I-70 up to the Pacific coast. everything from I-70 down, we've pretty much covered.
His sister,
So we've
yeah,
done quite a few states, I guess.
his sister Sandy lived in Utah, so that's why we traveled out there. And then his dad, at one point, lived in Tennessee, so we did that area. And then we just went to Florida just to go to Florida. So we've traveled a lot of those states.
Right. Then we went to Arizona originally a few years ago to go over to Mexico to go to the dentist because, my God, it's like 25 cents on the dollar. You just got to have the cash for it. And so you go there, you get your dentist work done and stuff. So we really fell in love with that state. So our plan is when we retire is to head to Arizona for 6 weeks and just stay warm. Get the heck out of here when it's super cold, January, halfway through February. It's miserable around here. It gets dark at 4:30. There's all snow on the ground half the time. You get some nights it's down to 0, and it's horrible. So we'll shut our house down, jump in the rig, and spend some time in Arizona. This year we're going, if all goes good, we're going to Quartzsite to meet a lot of our friends.
A lot of YouTube people.
Yeah,
so
a lot of YouTube people.
There's a big YouTube meetup. Does anyone go to that one? So we're heading there this January. We're hoping to anyway.
Yeah,
so.
we want to meet as many people as we can. We've made a lot of friends. We're also going to stay with Grassroots Living, Dean and Shalane on the way down. And we'll probably...
They invited us to come, and Desert Adventures invited us to come by and visit him in Quartzsite. So, which is like, making us feel so good that people are like, so kind to invite us. We are newbies, so this is like so fun for us, and to get to meet kind of like our heroes, people we've been watching.
We started watching YouTube way before we started our own channel. One day I just decided to start my own channel, and so I did. And I have I'm a guy who just 2 or 3 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, I still had a flip phone, so I'm not a very high tech guy. So the whole YouTube thing, and especially editing and all of that, was a big learning curve. The first movie I did I spent 70 hours on it. Me and Sue, we went for a walk, so I filmed it. I came home, I edited the best I could. I had no clue what I was doing. I learned by the school of hard knocks, so I'll make a mistake on the computer, but then I'll do something right and I'll remember it and stuff. So I'm getting pretty good at editing. But in the beginning, I spent 70 hours on the first video. Susie went in. Susie is my editor, I guess, because she goes in and she always checks it. Oh, you should change that, or no, I didn't. That wasn't good, or that was good, or whatever. And she'll give me a couple of just to tweak it, which most of the time stuff's fine. So, anyways, most of that one. So, anyway, she looked at me and she felt really bad. I could tell, and I'm all excited because I'm going to put my first movie up on YouTube. I had already put a couple of shorts, but I hadn't put a video. And Susie says, "Honey, you can't put that on there." I'm like, "What?" And she said, "You can't put that on there." I'm like, "Why?" She said, "All you did was take pictures of my bum and the ground, pictures of my bum and the ground,
and Sweepy's butt,
pictures of Sweepy's wiggling butt, the bum and the ground, and Sweepy's wiggling butt." And she was right, and I looked at it. So I just used that whole movie as a complete learning curve. Now I can do a movie in about a 20-minute to a 30-minute movie. I can do it up really well, depending on what I have to edit down. Average about 10 hours, maybe a little less, sometimes a little more, depending. Because some movies are harder than others, as you all know. Because if you have 2 hours, you got to render it down to 22 minutes. It takes a long time.
Hello, Roy and Becky. Thanks so much for coming in to visit us today.
And
it's quite the honor.
Yeah, and I feel bad, Roy and Becky. I started going to your lives back when I was on vacation, and I haven't visited. Susie, I think, has visited.
A couple
but
times.
I haven't been able to. I just haven't been able to. So I want to apologize. But I did enjoy it when I was there. And when we're on vacation, again in the winter, we're going to be doing lots of lives with all you people. I feel bad. We have so many friends, we just can't keep up. I know it's horrible. I wish we could get it all in the room and couldn't.
We are.
Well, we are. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll get to. Too bad you guys can't talk. Well, you are talking to us, but yeah, you're typing to us.
What are they saying?
Roy and Becky says, "Awesome! We can't wait to get. You guys are going to Quartzsite.
Yay.
Awesome! We'll get to meet you guys. Yay!
Yay!"
Camper therapy tip for videos that I was taught: make it short as you can, but as long as you need to. Cut out all the unnecessary stuff and stick to the story. Some really drag it out and lose viewers.
Yep.
In fact, a good story on that one was the old timers. Is that what you called it?
Yeah, it was old time film night.
No, I'm not talking about the film night. The old
Oh
and,
yeah, it was.
old and young.
It was awesome. In my opinion, it was a video worth watching. And I knew as I was doing it, nobody's going to take the time to watch it because it was 50 minutes long. But I couldn't cut out any of it. What it was middle school kids would get with the elderly, and the elderly would write a story about their youth or something major that happened in their life. Like one of them was about World War II, one of them was about Beatles coming to America, stuff like that. And the kids would act out the story that the elderly wrote. Every story was fantastic. I knew, as in my heart, that when I put it up, nobody's going to take the time to watch this. So yeah. And I said, well, I don't think so. Well, it was true. I only got like 11 views, and it was way too long. But I couldn't cut any of the kids out, so I was obligated to put it all up. So yeah, but I'm learning quick, short, and sweet. And yes, thank you. Yes.
You tend to keep it 20 to 20 minutes.
I try to keep it 20 minutes. 28. 20 minutes, yeah, I try to keep it at. And I do get a little long-winded on stuff I do. And I'm learning, like, I just did the military museum. I could have made that 2.5 times as long. But I'm learning that if I do that, nobody's gonna spend the time, So I rendered that down to 18 minutes.
Redwood Farm said you could do two videos.
I do part 1s and part 2 at times.
Yeah, you could have done that.
I have done that a couple times on some, and I could have, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a good idea.
Yeah. So, but
oh wow, Old Man King Homestead. I'm having good luck with about 10 minutes, and post a new video every day. Wow. Maybe when we retire we can do that, but right now that's tough for spending a lot of time doing that. So
I can't wait to retire. That's all I know. I would love to do nothing but YouTube and tool around the house and stuff. So yeah.
Only 5 more years.
Yeah, I started turning wrenches and being a mechanic because my grandfather was a mechanic, my father was a mechanic. They both ran garages, so I grew up around garages, and it's all I really know. But I'm so sick of turning wrenches and capping my knuckles and electrical problems, and now everything's computerized. You can't really just diagnose stuff and mechanically fix it like you used to. Everything today has all these bells and whistles, but every time a bell and whistle goes bad, you have to try to diagnose it and fix it. And I just get frustrated. I'm just so frustrated with it. I can't wait. I want to do anything but turn wrenches. Anything. I'd be a Walmart reader. I don't care.
He loves doing the editing though. Surprising for a guy who never touched a computer before.
I love it.
Well, actually, I should say that because he did a racing column, and he did do that.
Well, I used to write a column, yeah,
but he never done anything as far as editing, and he just picked that up on his, just taught himself. And
all I did was Word.
Word stuff, right?
Just did columns and sent it to the newspaper. But this is. But I like taking because Susie takes pictures and video, and I take video, and I like taking mishmash and rendering it down to something that somebody will watch, and it really makes me satisfied to have people watch my videos. It really does. And I like the likes. I love comments. I just do good, bad, or indifferent. You'll learn from them,
Sure.
So yeah, and we haven't gotten any kind of rotten comments. We've heard some of our YouTuber friends who get like really rotten comments, but there's always a bad apple in the group that just wants to be rotten anyway. So you just kind of if that happens to us, we're just going to let it bounce off our chest. It's just the way it is. People, it takes all kinds to make the world go around, and there's always negative Nellies everywhere. So speaking of negative Nelly, for some reason that brought it to mind. We've actually came up with a name for our new to us rig. It's going to be Finicky Francesca. Franny for short, but we'll probably just end up calling her Franny. But Finicky Francesca, because she's been finicky, and I don't know, Francesca just seems to fit. Francesca just seems to fit. So
I like Francesca, but it's a mouthful. So
Finicky Francesca. So that's what we're going to be calling her, and I hope she doesn't get insulted. And I hope it's going to be a good rig. The funny part is, all my life, and I don't dislike Fords. For all my life, I've either had Chevys
Yeah,
or Toyotas. When we raced, it was Chevys and never Fords or anything, you know. So, and all my friends who had Fords, I always busted their nuggets on it. I always said, "Oh, you got an F-150, your life, your life must, be horrible," all this kind of stuff, just to kind of have fun with people. So all of these people that I've been busting about their Fords all of their life, when I bought this, it's a Ford, it's a Ford Super Duty 450, E450. So when they ask what kind of van it is, I go Ford, and they go what? I go Ford, and I go Ford, all right, and then they go, "You're kidding me, you're kidding me, oh my God!" But in reality, it's fine. I got nothing against Fords. Fords always go forward. They may creak and groan from here from time to time, but they always go forward. And it's a 10-cylinder, plenty of power. The transmission's just perfect. The rig underneath, it's got like very, very little rot, which I'm going under and taking care of in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to scrape it all down and blow off all the debris. Most of it's perfect, actually. And I bought this stuff called Chassis Saver that the auto body guys use and the car restorers use. And I'm going to spray that on. It stops rust instantly. But everything works in the rig now. Everything's good. I guess I'm going to have to replace my propane tank pretty soon because I guess some places won't fill it if it's, over 10 years old, and it is over 10 years old.
Has a little rust on it.
It has a little bit of rust on one spot. So I'm looking for, the Class C has the built-in tank, and it has that orange cover that goes on and turns. That's broke, and it looks horrible. The tank itself looks good. And I went to, I hate going there, but we went to Camping World, and then we went to Walmart and stuff, and we looked around I could find the other type of propane cap that just presses on the bottles, but what I need is kind of goes on and turns. So if anybody out there knows where I can get one, let me know. I haven't really checked on Amazon yet. I suppose Amazon will have it.
One place to have
Because
it.
they'll sell you anything because they're trying to put up rockets so they can bring up other millionaires in rockets and stuff. So no, I'm not going to go there. But
Hello, you diverse. Thank you so much for joining a new friend. So that's really exciting. I think we just became friends like yesterday or
I think so.
the day before.
The
So
day before, I think.
Can't wait to check you out and see what kind of great videos you have. And also, hello to Sandy, which is his sister.
And Dad, right?
And Dad's, I'm sure, there somewhere. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. And I don't know if you guys have noticed some of the photo ones that he's put up has been Sandy Cornell, his sister, and she does greeting cards. So, and we've gotten really great comments on all her photo ones that we've put up.
Excellent.
She's an incredible photographer. So check it out. And if you guys are looking for greeting cards, she does. They're just gorgeous. They really are.
Called Nature's Essence greetingcards.com. Check it out at some point.
They're gorgeous.
They're beautiful.
It's a really quality
if you get
card.
somebody special in your life that you really want to give a special card to, that's where to get it. I mean,
Yeah.
all sorts of pictures to pick from.
And they're blank cards, so you can just kind of write your own thing in.
Right.
But it's a really nice quality card, and the pictures you just can't go wrong with.
Yeah, I mean,
they're just absolutely gorgeous.
And I love it. She, whenever she goes on adventures with us, she'll take pictures, and I'll put up a video, and then she'll send me all of her pictures. And I'll just throw, a quick montage together of her pictures, and so far people just love it. So yeah.
Roy and Becky said that they've never run into anyone that wouldn't fill their 40-year-old tank.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
That's
you.
one less thing to worry about.
Yeah.
We were kind of thinking about we should probably try to do it before we went to Quartzsite, just because we weren't sure. We didn't want to be, it would be winter when we head out in December, and we were worried about somebody not wanting to fill our tank in the winter. So that's great to know. Thank you.
So we're gonna try some boondocking. We're gonna go like camping first, and then we're gonna do some boondocking because on the trip, because we're not like, super rich or anything. We're gonna try to boondock for two or three nights, and then spend a couple nights in a campground, and then boondock for 2 or 3 nights, and then a couple nights in a campground. So we get to learn how to conserve water, conserve propane, and I've watched a lot of my YouTube friends are putting up videos giving us all sorts of ideas on, how to wash dishes and not use a lot of water, and how to take a shower and not lose a lot of water and all of this kind of stuff. So that'll be a learning curve for us to see how far we can stretch things, because we used to take in like 20-minute showers and all this kind of stuff. And now, Dan and Jen, Nevada, on their channel, I've been watching them, and they claim that a quick military shower, they call it, where you get wet, lather up, and rinse off as fast as you can, takes 2 gallons. So if you got a 38-gallon tank and you got 2 people taking a shower, that's 4 gallons. You got to really watch it. I can see that. I mean, really, really close.
And I take a 20-minute shower, so
Yeah,
I'm using a lot of water. So
she's
that's going to be a learning curve for sure.
and she's gonna like. We're gonna like it when we do get to campground. We'll be able to take an endless shower.
I will have to, yeah, if I'm not too grossed out by going to the public
Okay, nice.
bathroom. But yes, that'll be a learning curve for me for sure. But the long shower as compared to other people's germ situation, which one can my brain handle?
Just go in there with sandals and rubber gloves,
Yeah.
right? And
I
you
look
can
like a
turn
real
on the
crazy
handles with the
person.
rubber gloves, walk in with sandals. You can wash yourself off because the water's coming out fine, and you can always wash your hands in the rig later.
Have you all figured out I'm a little bit of a germaphobe? Yeah. Well, he's a bit of a
I'm a bit of a
hypochondriac.
hypochondriac, and she's a germaphobe.
Yeah.
So add in, the last few years of COVID, and that's been like jacked up on us big time.
Right.
Which is one of the reasons why we're really going to enjoy our rig, because we don't have to go in and out of motel rooms.
Yes.
All in germs. The motel rooms are just always dirty, and and they're so expensive, and just I just can't see getting $180 a night to lay your head down for 6 hours or 8 hours or whatever. It just doesn't make sense to me. And then the quality of service has been just horrible these days everywhere, even in the motels. So, but
So Roy and Becky says, God, you guys have so many good ideas. Roy and Becky said that they have a 2.5-gallon garden sprayer, and they use that for showers and dishes, and they've got it down so they can get 2 showers out of that.
wow, no kidding.
Wow. That's cool.
Wow.
Thank you guys for the great idea. And very impressive. We have the sand van from Australia. Hello,
Oh my gosh.
Australia. That's extremely special. Thank you guys.
By crikey.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I hope that didn't offend you.
Probably, yeah, no offense. That's his really bad Australian
That's my
accent.
really bad Australian accent. I love Australian people, though. And
Someplace
Australia.
we'd love to see, but
Yeah,
we probably
actually.
will never get there because we tend to not like to fly.
Yeah, we're not
We
going to be
more like to
flying.
drive, and I don't think you can drive to Australia. So,
No.
in fact, I know you can't drive to
No,
Australia.
we don't
so.
go anywhere we can't have 4 wheels on the ground to go to so far. I mean, so far. I'm a mechanic, so getting on a plane, I'm thinking about all those diodes, all of those electrical, connections, all of the relays. The whole thing's riveted together. It's all made by man, and I know how dependable machines are. I flew once, and I just
Put it this way: the stewardesses were giving him the little shots to keep him calm.
and I don't drink.
Right, and he was the only person on the flight, so he
So
lucked
that tells
out.
us
So
something.
they just kept. They gave him wings, and they were really nice to him.
Yeah, she gave me a little bit of wings, and she sat next
She
to me.
said,
I must have been white as a ghost. That's all. So yeah, flying is not our cup of tea at all. We want to go anywhere we can go on 4 wheels. And I know I'll be limited with our 38-foot
As to where we can
35-foot
stop.
rig
Right.
as to where I can go.
Right.
The little roads and stuff. But we don't care. We're going on a leisurely vacation. I don't care where I go or where I stop. I'm just going to chill out.
And I have to say, so he's saying leisurely. So the Cornell way of doing things when it comes to traveling is get in the car, don't stop, go, get there. And so he's kind of learned, because I get car sick. So he learned a long time ago that you've got to feed me and you got to stop and let me go to the bathroom. So if you don't feed me properly, I will get a headache and I will get sick. So he has learned over the years that he has to stop and feed me and let me go to the bathroom. So he's kind of gotten that down, but still, he likes to get in the car and go. So this is going to be all new, and I will let you know if he can do it. I'm not convinced yet that he can do the whole.
Sue, but
I know.
when I got the Cruise America van, what did I do?
You
totally chilled out. We pulled
did.
over, I totally chilled out.
you
So
did. You did.
I can actually get out of my seat, turn around, and lay down, cook,
Exactly.
have coffee, watch YouTube, any of that. It's right there. It's, I think I'm going to love it, having a home on wheels, I
And yes, we can eat and pee in the camper, so that is one good thing.
guess.
One good thing that was nice when we had the Cruise America was it was getting really bad traffic time, and so he's like, "That's it, we're pulling over." So we just pulled into a rest stop and we ate, and went to the bathroom, and kind of rested a little while, and then when the traffic died down, we got back on the road and
Everybody
and
got
went
back.
on our way. So
Everybody
it
got,
worked
yep,
nicely.
everybody got home from work,
And even that,
and we hit the road, and we
which
were,
I was shocked that you so. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a whole new way of doing things,
Yeah.
but
and I'll be able to do it. I will,
Right.
because as I'm getting older, like I used to be the kind of guy who would drive 48 hours straight, literally. Coffee, 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 and drive. Coffee, 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 and drive. Stop and rest for 2 hours. Coffee, 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 drive. Coffee, 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 drive. I can't do that anymore. I'm getting way too old for that. And even if I could do it, it would take me 2 weeks to recover.
it
So
did.
I just need to chill out. We're planning on doing 300 to 400 miles a day, if that, maybe less. But we do have to get to Arizona at some point because I got to get my dental work done before quartzite. So I'm not talking my so I'm not talking like that to everybody after all the dental work that I have to have done. But yeah, we're going to be pretty leisurely. We only have two things we really want to do. One, I want to do the Route 66 Museum in Oklahoma, and I'd like to spend some time in Nevada because we haven't spent much time in Nevada, and I understand it's a beautiful place. So we'll see. Other than that, we got nothing major to do. We want to be at Quartzsite during the week. We want to meet all our friends. That's the dentist and meeting our friends is our main goal.
I'm really looking forward to that. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
we are.
fun. So
We are.
um
So far, I must say, anybody I've met in the RV world has just been wonderful people, just down to earth, almost a special breed. I don't know if it makes sense, but
Rory and Becky said they're doing that. This is their 4th season on doing full time, and they said patience is a key.
Yeah.
So that's a big one.
yeah. And I don't know if you all watch Tom and Larry RV Life, but they always say it's part of the adventure, and that's how you got to look at it,
And I'm assuming, I don't know if it's Bob or Sue, but one of the lucky dogs, is said, I had to read that twice, Story, and they were talking about showers, and I read that as you can eat and pee in the shower. Haha, power of suggestion, lol.
That's funny.
I guess as you get older, sometimes you have those emergency pees and you never know where you gotta go.
Yeah, I have emergency peas all the time.
You don't talk about that. That's too much info.
Well, no, I mean, the only thing is now I'm old and now I pee in dots and dashes instead of, so I got to pee in dots and dashes about every couple hours, or an hour or whatever it seems.
And no, we don't have a America the Beautiful pass. Is that one that you would suggest we get? We're thinking about different ones
thinking
and
about all of the
not
different-
sure which ones to get. So is that one that you would suggest? The America the Beautiful pass?
And Passport America, I heard,
Passport America, right?
is a good one. And yeah. So anyways, I melted down our generator, so I had to buy a new one. The generator that we had was a little bit loud and it vibrated the whole rig, and it's seen better days, I think. Not sure, but it's got a few hours on it, and I had to sleep right over the top of it, and it vibrated, so I was a little worried about that because I don't want to sleep over the top of a vibrating motor. But so we tried to replace it with a Cummins Onan, and we tried to order one. It's going to take 52 weeks to get that, so that's not going to work. So we went with a company called PowerFlex. I did some research on them, and they seem like a good company, a reputable company, and reviews were all good. And it's super quiet. It's quiet enough to be in a national park. It's as quiet as any Honda, so that's good. With no vibration, so that's good. But yeah, I fried it. Should I tell them what I did?
You might as well know.
I mean,
Tell the rookies here, guys.
So what I did was I wanted to plug my rig into my house. So And I know better. When I went to pick it up from my dad, he had the black cord plugged into his house, and we folded up the black cord and put it in, and I knew better. I knew the black cord was only for the generator, but it just didn't click. So I wanted to hook my house up to it. So I took my house and plugged it right into the generator and fried it. So that was the end of that.
Several times. Kept trying.
And so I was having Sue plug it in, and I'm doing voltage tests, and I'm doing this. So we did it about 8 times. So not if I only did it once, I might have got away with it, but I did it like 8 times. By the time I did it the 8th time, it's fried the circuit board, the transfer switch, just everything. And the guy told me it's going to cost me more to fix it than it would to buy a new one. So, anyways, being a mechanic, I got under there and I looked, and all it is from the battery, negative, positive, piece of Romex, white, black, ground, gas, and plug to the panel. I can handle it. So I got the old one out yesterday or Friday. I pulled that one out. It all seems pretty simple, and now we're waiting for the PowerFlex to come, which should be here hopefully by the end of the week. So we may have the generator in for our first camping trip, but if we don't, it's fine because we're going to the campground. We're just going to plug in anyways. It doesn't really matter. But we may have it in there, and we can test it and stuff and see how see how it works. But it's supposed to be a reputable company, and we'll see. We didn't have much choice. I'm not going to wait 52 weeks. We've gone this far. I'm not going to go without a generator. I can't. We're going to go on our trip. So that's what happens.
And it looks like America the Beautiful is the way to go. She says that it's if you have a disability, it's free. Also for veterans, they say it's free. Otherwise, 62 and older, which we fit in that category, is $80 for lifetime.
Oh, wow.
So that's awesome, and they get half off price at some parks, Corps of Engineers, federal parks, etc.
Oh, wow.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
So see, that's what we need is we do watch it. Like you said, we watch a lot of the YouTube.
Yeah, but
all the
until you
people
experience it,
right, and
it's
we've
still-
learned so much,
it's like-
and that's awesome.
it's like reading a book and then applying it to real life. It doesn't necessarily work that way. When you get to real life, things happen that the book don't tell you about. Kind of the same watching YouTube. You run into some stuff that kind of baffles you a little bit. But people say that state park is kind of the way to go as far as like reasonable money, and there's usually a ranger around and stuff. So we're going to the Massachusetts State Park. It looks like we got lots of room between campgrounds. There's like woods, a campground, a camping area, and woods, a camping area. There's a nice lake. So we're gonna try that out first and see how it is. How much was it a night? Not bad, right?
$27, I think.
$27 for water and
Right.
hookups, and
The sewer didn't have sewer though. You have to. There is a place to dump
there's a
on
dump
property
when you're
but-
done, right? So that's not a
Right.
big deal. So you go to take a propane. We're only going to be there for 2 days, so we're not going to fill our tanks up anyway.
And I wanted to mention that Sandy does not have a YouTube channel. She should have one,
She should have one,
but
she
she
don't.
does not as of yet. But
She
I
doesn't have
believe
time
it's.
for it, to be honest with you.
I believe it's just Facebook, correct? I believe she's just
I
Facebook.
believe
Sandy,
she-
I know you're there listening, so put that out there,
Yeah, if you
so
want to
people
send
can
it,
check
if
it
you
out.
want to come on and send a message, Sandy, and let them know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Anybody can, come on. We are so happy that
I
we
know
were
you
able to do
guys.
this.
I
We've
know.
been a nervous wreck. We figured we'd sit here by ourselves to stare
Talk
at
to each other.
We sit here and talk to each other all the time. So I mean, but yeah. So yeah, it's really, really cool.
Hello, MJ. Thanks so much for joining us. It's like so special. We're just honored that everybody's here tonight to.
And imagine that we've been
I
talking
know.
for an hour and 13 minutes, and we haven't missed a beat.
No, we went 45 minutes. We started at 5:30.
Oh, 5:30. That's right. I'm
We
sorry.
can tell time.
Yeah, I can tell time well. Tell time real well.
Thank you guys. We
Oh
are
my God,
honored.
it's-
I mean, we really are.
Yeah.
Sweet Pea's sleeping over here on the floor. I'd show you Sweet Pea, but she's taking a nap. She had a busy day yesterday. We went to the Museum of Work and Culture yesterday, and so we took Sweet Pea for our first. I bought a carriage because she's getting
Baby,
old, and a doggy
baby.
carriage.
Well, doggy
So,
carriage.
Yeah, and she's getting old, and we can't
She's
obviously
12.
leave her in the car. So I got this baby carriage, this doggy carriage that he thought I was a crazy person for, and he's like, I'm not pushing that. But anyways,
Who ended up pushing it? I love the dog. I'll do anything for the dog.
so we'd gone to the working culture about a month ago, and we put her in it for the first time. We got inside, and we're all nervous, and
They're ready to go.
I called the people ahead of time to make sure we could bring the dog, and got inside, and come to find out they had some sort of I don't know if it was a power surge or an accident or something, but it knocked out their electricity, so they had no air conditioning that day. So we met some really sweet ladies there, and they gave us free passes to come back. So we left and didn't manage to get there that day. So Sweepy was only in the carriage that day for half an hour total. So yesterday was our okay. If
Trial run, ready?
he wanted to leave her home, but I'm like, well, it's not too
And
hot out.
and it was
so,
cool out, so I was with it. I just didn't want to take her because as she gets older, she gets wicked overheated so fast. So I didn't want her to be stressed. But it was nice and cool. But anyways,
So we took Sweet Pea, we put her in the carriage, and she was doing really good. And she got to see the ladies again, which ladies love dogs. So she got to see the ladies and say hi and stuff. So we started doing the museum, and we went into the chapel, and they had a little video thing going on, and it was about the mills. Basically, it's all about the mills in Rhode Island there, and it was sewing mills, and so they were talking about how loud it was, and so they actually put the sound, because I guess it was all like I want to say they weren't looms, but whatever they were called, I'm not sure the proper
no,
word.
they were looms.
They were looms, all right.
but they're not the kind that
Like yeah.
They like operate by big huge belts that used to run off of the Blackstone River.
Right. So anyways,
So,
it was they decided to show us
very
the noise.
loud, and they were trying to tell us how loud it was on the workers. And when they did it in the movie, I mean, they cranked it.
It was really loud.
Poor Sweepy.
Sweepy had just fallen asleep in her carriage.
Have a heart attack.
Yeah, she had just laid down.
Looking around, and then but she was all right, but she never went back to sleep.
She never went back to sleep after that, but she did good.
But she was cool. So right at the very end, everything went good. She didn't get hot. She sat there. Watch the video. I'm going to put it up on probably this Friday. If you get a chance, watch the video, and you'll see her in her carriage. She's sitting there, going around. She's just too cute.
Yeah, we agree.
It's
You're
like,
cute.
Yeah. And so everybody, the ladies loved her. So right at the end, we were talking to the ladies, and the lady reached over the counter to pet Sweet Pea. So Sue took Sweet Pea's front paws and put them up on the counter so that the lady could reach her. Sweet Pea at 12, boom, up onto the counter. I'm like, no! So I had to get her back into the cot. So we decided next time we're going to tether her in so she can't want to do that. But other than that, she really liked it, right?
Yeah, I was letting her put her paws up because she wanted to say the lady was like on the other side of the counter, and she wanted to
innocent.
say hi to her. So I let her put her paws up, thinking, okay, that's okay. And the lady was petting her, and then I don't know how she went from her paws up to her whole body on top of the thing.
I mean, at 12, you wouldn't believe the move she made.
And this is the dog that has to be picked up to put on the couch.
No matter what, she looks at Dad and wants me to pick her up for everything. But the dog can jump.
Yeah, she jumped onto the
2.5 feet. So
we're like, oops, and the lady just had a big smile on her face. She wasn't
she's
upset
very,
at all.
She's very spoiled.
Yeah, she's
spoiled. Because we don't have grandchildren. So she is our grandchild / child /
everything.
Love of our life, basically, I mean, she's
our world, basically.
She's such a sweetheart. Yeah. And she'll be our last dog, unfortunately, because the vet bills are outrageous. And when we get to be retired, we can't afford the vet bills. It's just going to be nuts. It's just. Yes.
I haven't agreed to that yet.
Yeah,
so we'll see. I'm hoping that when the time comes, we're both gonna, because we said that after we had he had adopted actually Sweetie, her name was. He had adopted Sweetie, who was a brown Boston Terrier. She was our first little dog.
She was a puppy mill dog.
She was a puppy mill dog.
So,
she had had babies her whole life. She was 9 when we got her, when he adopted her. And he said to me, our dog had died about 5 years ago before, and I'm like, that's it, no dogs for a while, because it was always my responsibility. And so he called me up and he said,
with the dog then.
Yeah, he said, that guy that's getting divorced? I'm like, no. He's like, anyways, he has a dog and she's 9 and it's a Boston Terrier. And I'm like, no. And he's like, please. And I'm like, well, no.
I had already brought her home.
And he's like, I said, all right, let's just do a trial run. And by the time I got home,
next thing I know, she's sitting there with the dog in her lap with tears in her eyes because she knew she was screwed. She got a dog. But anyways, and I even because the guy that owned Sweetie got divorced. Was in the process.
And I was like, bye, thank you so much, Red Bird Farm. We so appreciate you guys helping us out with modding, and thanks so much for coming to do our first live with us. We really, really
Awesome.
appreciate it. And hope supper is really delicious. So take good care.
Awesome.
All right, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's fine. So like Sweepy was a mess because she had lived with a bachelor and hadn't had a bath, and God knows she was just a mess. I mean, I brought that dog home, I put her in the sink, and the soap coming off of her was literally gray, almost black, and I did it twice because I wanted her to be on at her best. Because Susie would have saw that dog when I brought that dog in. Oh my God! I mean, she was just a mess. She was a filthy looking. She looked like a junkyard dog. Not to mention, all she ate was, because she lived with a bachelor, pizza crust.
She had all kinds of she had all
So,
kinds of
you know,
allergies.
Yeah, all kinds of allergies because of it and everything. So we got it straightened out, and
She had one
she had a
one
wonderful
blue eye,
and-
one brown eye
yeah,
because she had cataracts.
Yeah, she had
so-
cataracts, and she was old. and
but she was sweet.
She was sweet. We loved it. We loved it to death, but we only had it for a couple of years, and then she died. You know.
So the point that I started to make was that Sweetie lived we had her for 2 years. She was 9 to 11, and that that was it. That was it. We're not getting any more dogs. We're not getting any more dogs. And Sweetie passed, and the next day the two of us were separately on looking for dogs. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping that happens next time.
The
that
next thing you know, we were in the
separately
car
looking for dogs.
heading to Missouri to pick up
Right.
not
2
one dog,
puppies.
but 2,
Right.
a brother and a sister.
We got
So
Sweetie
we got
and her brother
Sweepy
Spike.
and her brother. Spike died a few years back from spinal meningitis, but Sweepy
No,
still.
not spinal meningitis. What was it? Not spinal meningitis. It'll come to me, guys.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it
brain
was
fog.
something. It was something rare though. You know. Something,
Basically, it was from getting rabies shots.
rabies shots. They say.
Is what caused it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Yeah, it's very tough. Roy and Becky says no more after 3. So it's camp and therapy. No more after 3. She's done. Too expensive and too much responsibility.
Yeah.
But Roy and Becky said they have 3 now.
Yeah, they've got their hands full. Yeah.
Right. Always worried about them on the way from the rig. That's why we got that little monitor thing
Yeah.
because.
And you're very limited to what you can do and all that, and and the vets have just become
It's gotten so outrageous.
outrageous. It's just
Yes,
crazy. Back
it
when
is.
we used to have two dogs too,
We had 2 dogs and 4 cats
and
at one
four
point.
and 4 cats, and we had no problem covering the vets. But that was
Well, we'd bring them all to the vet at once,
that
and,
was
and it was
35 years ago when we had
probably $30.
and we had a vet that would take them all at once, so we didn't get an individual office
Right.
visit for each one.
Right.
And I mean, I get that the vets have to get what they get because they have to pay a lot to go to school and all that. It's just like everything else. They know what they got to get to make a living. I'm not throwing the vets under the bus, but when I'm retired, I'm not going to have a whole lot of money, and I can't afford the prices. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I bet we have the best vet in the world.
We do.
really do, but it's $70 just to walk in the door now.
Just to walk in
Just
the
to
door.
walk in the
before
door, and
anything.
then anything else they
Nothing
do
else.
is
Every time
extra,
you go in there,
you know.
it's between $250 to $400 every time. And she's had multiple operations because she has a tendency to get
Mast cell tumors.
mast cell tumors.
Every time she gets a vaccination.
So we no more vaccinations. She's all set with the town. She can every time she gets the vaccination, she gets a mast cell
She gets a
tumor.
mast cell tumor and has to have a surgery to get it, which they've never been cancerous, thank God. But she still has to have a surgery, which
She's
is
gonna have
another
surgery.
$500
Then
to
they're
get
gonna take
a big
so
space
much
just to be
and then,
sure.
yeah. So she's got something going on her head right now that we're worried about.
Which the vet said
The
there's
vet
nothing
said
to
it's
worry
fine,
about.
but now it's starting to look funky.
Yeah,
so
she's
starting
losing
to get
the
a little
fur,
worried.
so yeah, now
Yeah,
we gotta.
so I can see another $450 operation. Yeah.
I'm gonna take a picture of this. I'm just gonna take a picture, send it to the vet, and
Yeah,
see if
see if the
she'll.
vet can just.
Because she just keeps saying not to worry about that one, not to worry about that one, but it's changing, and she's losing all the fur around it, which has happened. I just noticed that in the last couple of days.
Yeah.
So he totally does her rub down. So, but
Yeah.
he said he's kind of been noticing it changing.
If Sweepy
But
gets,
this whole hair loss thing is a lot.
Sweepy gets her teeth brushed, and she gets a rub, a massage, and she gets chiropractic care every night, and that seems to help her.
Does.
Seems to help her relax, and
Right.
so, I
But
mean,
she is rather spoiled. Yeah, she gets a massage every night with coconut oil. So she is.
Susie wished she got such
I do.
such good treatment. Are you kidding me?
And I agree with the barking dog. I'm not a barking dog person.
No, and Boston Terriers don't bark.
No, she doesn't.
Occasionally,
She'll bark. So Sandy came to visit today.
occasionally.
Sandy came to visit
It'll
today, and
be
she does
one
bark
bark.
at Sandy because Sandy gives her snacks. So until Sandy gives her a snack, she will bark at her. But that's very rare. It's not like she barks at
No.
everybody, but
And if she
Sandy
does, it's
spoils
just
her.
quick once and stop. It's not rah, rah,
Right.
rah, 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 you know.
Right. Although his dad was here visiting the other day, and they
Well-
were talking, and she started barking, and he could. It's like, and she doesn't bark normally, so he's like, "What's wrong with you?" And he looked at the clock. It was 4 o'clock. And it was
Supper
time for her to eat.
Matter of fact, she'd have to be barking here any minute because at 6:30 we usually take her outside for snacks, and then I go and
Do her
I
nurturing.
call it nurturing, where she gets all of her treatment. So she's actually awake now, looking at me. Believe it or not, you might hear her bark. So if I disappear, it's because I got to take her out and give her a snack. But other than that, she doesn't bark. No,
No, she's not a
Boston
barker.
Terriers generally don't bark. Like both our Boston Terriers, they would bark like if somebody came to the yard, but you expect the dog to bark.
The UPS man, the
Right.
mailman spoiled him. The mailman used to throw him snacks every day when he came. So every time the mailman came by, they would bark
They would bark.
down the street and back up the street because they were fighting over who was going to get the snack first.
Right.
So he kind of spoiled them and kind of caused this issue with snacks because
Right.
they are definitely food-driven dogs. So
Definitely.
Yeah.
Food-driven.
but they would bark at UPS man, which I think is normal for dogs to bark at
Yeah.
UPS man. And we tried everything to stop him from barking. I would be out there with a squirt gun. We tried the bark collars. We have tried everything, but they wanted that snack, and they would get sprayed with their lemon. It was a lemon kind, and
Yeah, it was kind
they'd
of,
get sprayed right in their face
if
with the
if
lemon,
they bark, it wouldn't jolt them, but it would spray this strong
and they
lemon.
didn't care.
After a while, they didn't care.
She wouldn't, but Spike didn't
matter.
care.
Spike didn't care.
Spike wanted that snack, and he wanted to be the first one. He wanted to make sure everybody noticed him, and it was all about. It wasn't about meanness. It was about look at me,
Right.
give me a snack
Give me a
first.
So whatever.
But they are fun. So
Yeah.
and we miss our Spike. Spike was my dog, and Sweet Pea's
Yeah. Spike was a great
was Daddy's boy. So, excuse me, Daddy's girl.
Yeah.
Spike was my boy. So
Yeah.
it was very hard when we lost him.
Yeah, it was.
But
It's still hard.
it is. I miss him.
Every time you lose a dog, it's
I
hard.
know. I
So
miss him.
it's like losing. Don't cry.
I know. It was hard for Sweet Pea too. She kind of sat on the couch for like 2 months and gained 10 pounds.
Yeah. Poor
And was
thing.
very depressed. But we had gone to visit Sandy in Utah, so we went on a road trip, and that kind of changed her
Yeah,
because
the road trip totally changed.
he
it.
found a ball game that she would play because they used to play together. They had the cutest little thing. They had this it was an Angry Bird thing, but it was like a kind of like a frisbee. And they would, he'd throw the frisbee and they'd come back together with it in their mouth. They each have a piece of it, and they'd come romping up the hill with the both of them with that in the mouth. And so she would not play with that without Spike.
No.
And so she wouldn't run, she wouldn't do anything.
Nothing.
And
I
then
couldn't get nothing. Couldn't get her to do nothing.
But on that,
Then one day she decided that she would chase a ball and bring it back to me.
Right.
Because I used to throw stuff for both of them. It was the cutest thing, and they would bring it back together. I swear to God. If I was doing YouTube videos at that point, and I took a video of that, it would have went viral. It was the cutest thing you've ever seen. They would run after it as far as I throw it, and if even a ball, Sweet Pea would bite one side of the ball, Spike would bite the other side of the ball, and they would bring it back together like this to me. I swear to God, it was like the cutest thing that you could ever imagine. Then after a while, I was using these ragdoll toys, and they would grab it, and I'd hold them up in the air, and it was just fun. It was a lot of fun.
but he found that anyways.
I really
He managed to
loved
find that that Sweet Pea would play ball. So he started playing ball with her that year when we were in Utah. So that helped a lot.
Yeah.
Hello, Steve from Desert Adventures in Arizona. Nice to have you come and join us. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
We're so honored to have you guys.
It's amazing.
I know.
I'm like blown away.
We are in amazement.
Total amazing.
I know.
They were actually talking this long too.
I can talk a lot, but
That's
you not so much.
That's what I said just before we went on the air. I said, Sue, you have the gift of gab. I don't. So
but you've been doing more talking than me, so
yeah.
I think you really have a
I
gift of
probably have
gab
the
as
gift
well.
of gab, but don't know it. I guess. Yeah.
Right. So
Who knows?
right. So we did good.
I don't know. Yeah, so we're getting excited about our camping trip here. It's coming up. And I hope you all follow our travels because it could be hilarious.
Yeah, right.
We're gonna try to take pretty much, a lot of it.
Of the camping trip, right?
A little bit driving up. Susie's gonna be taking me backing in, and she's gonna video me hooking up all the hookups, and we'll see.
We went to Camping World yesterday, and there was a perfect pillow that said, I'm so sorry for all the things I said while we were backing up.
That's so
and I
funny.
almost got it. But
Right. Yep. So like,
you diverse, thanks so much for coming to visit us. You have a great evening, and we can't thank you enough. And we'll definitely be coming to visit your channel and check you out. And thanks so much for being here. We totally appreciate it.
we appreciate each and every one of you.
We do.
I swear. And Lucky Dog, we appreciate you helping us out.
Yes.
With being, yes, it's just,
Thank you guys.
it's touching.
It is touching for sure.
Susie's gonna have a tear in her eye.
No, I'm gonna do good. I'm not gonna cry.
Susie cries very easy.
I do cry easy. Don't tell me a sad story because I'll cry with you.
Oh man, oh my God. She actually cried.
Oh, here we go.
I don't know. I'm sure some of you are old enough to know, Leave It to Beaver. Well, that episode where the beaver couldn't go to Boy Scout camp with Wally. I don't know if you know the episode I'm talking about. Susie cried like a baby for the bead because he couldn't go to Boy Scout camp with Wally. So that's how easy Susie cries.
I do cry
She does
easily.
I cry easier as I've gotten older. I never used to cry at all, but I do cry easier now. I definitely do. Something will bring a tear to my eye that 20 years ago wouldn't even have started to.
The funniest thing is my daughter used to it was always a joke. Okay, they'd all be, my son, my daughter, everybody, all three of them actually would be like, look at her.
Because we'd be watching
She's
the movie, she'd
crying.
be wailing away.
And now my daughter's like, oh my God, I'm cursed. Now I'm just like you. I
Same
cry
way.
too. So
She cries easy.
it's kind of funny that she, actually, one of the things she got from mom is the tears come.
Yep.
So Sue said it was touching because she just saw that Leave It to Beaver episode.
It was touching, I must admit.
It was touching.
It was.
But we saw this many years ago, and at that point, you weren't.
You
weren't getting touched at that
I
point.
I was kind of a hot ass back then. I didn't have much feelings, I guess, whatever you want to call it.
Well, you just weren't, in touch with your feminine side, or however you want to put it.
I have a feminine side.
Well, exactly.
Anyways, yeah. But yeah, I used to be like the kind of husband who came home, didn't do anything for the kids, didn't do anything for the house, the 50s, 60s husband. Not anymore though. I do, I've softened. I used to be.
Take good care of Sweepy all the time.
Yeah, I mean, Sweepy. Yeah, even my kids will say, "Boy, I wish you treated us as good as that when we were kids." No, not that I was a bad dad. I didn't nurture my kids. That's for sure. Susie did.
Yes, Steve, we are. We're planning on going to courtside, so we're hoping to take you up on your offer to come visit you. So hopefully you're still going to be there. We are definitely looking forward to meeting you in person. And Roy and Becky, and oh my gosh, so many people.
Fox Van D, Papa Drew.
Yeah.
Whoa Nelly Adventures. I mean, the list is just
Tom and Lori.
Next exit. Our Endeavor. Right. Just all these people that we've come close to. You want to meet them, you want to see them, you want to shake hands with them and talk to them personally because you feel like you're family. Like all of our subscribers. All of our subscribers. We have what now, 160?
162. So that's another whole thing, guys. We keep getting up to 165, and then we go back down
takes
again.
a couple away.
And then we went back to 165, and then we're back.
A couple away.
So it's frustrating.
It's frustrating because it's up 5 steps, back 2, up 5.
Oh,
but as long as you gain steps, it's fine. We were stuck at 61 subscribers for a long time.
So I promised Ron when we first got to 100 that we would do something special. And he's like, what are we going to do? And we got to 100. And I'm like, I don't know. I wasn't really thinking about it. So my daughter suggested a clam boil. So I said, okay, a clam boil. So we had a clam boil. And Sandy ended up having to be here. So Sandy enjoyed the clam boil with us. So we promised his dad that next time when we get to 200, we're going to have another clam boil. And we're going to invite his dad and Sandy as well.
Right.
So we kept thinking, we're kind of not bragging, but we're going, we'll be having a clam boil in no time.
Yeah, we had a 3-week stretch where we gained a bunch of subscribers, so we figured
this will be no time.
And we just keep rolling to 200 and get another clam boil. Yay,
And so
But no,
we're not going to count on the clam boil anytime soon.
And
because
to be honest with you, I do it for fun. I do it, for subscribers too. But I do it. Personally, it's good for our marriage because we get to go do things together. We get to film things together. We get to sit here and talk together, and we have fun.
For
You know?
sure.
Like
We
instead of just
totally enjoyed
sitting
it.
around watching TV or whatever, we have fun. So my goal isn't necessarily subscribers, although
Would be nice.
it is part of it. Yeah,
Yeah, we're hoping that,
there's
you know,
no doubt about it.
when we
absolutely.
come to retire, that we'll have, you know,
a
a
couple
little
of bucks
extra.
coming out of
just-
YouTube would
right.
be nice. We spent a fortune
help.
on camera equipment and
Right.
you know and stuff like that. We're not complaining, but because it's a hobby. But yeah, I mean,
Right. Hoping that, you know, maybe it'll
a
help us
couple
out
of
in
bucks to
our
help
old
us
age.
travel, maybe
Right.
5 years from now. A couple of bucks here and there would be
Right.
nice. You know, we'll see.
Right.
But that's not our main goal, I guess.
No.
Our main goal is to have fun with it, you know, and
Right.
meet people and have fun. You know, I mean, like I say, we've met so far through YouTube, anyways, not personally, but nice people, definitely nice people.
Goodwin, honey, hello. How are you guys tonight? Thanks so much for joining us. We so appreciate it.
We do.
Another one of our new friends.
Sandy wrote, "It was delicious."
Yeah, Sandy said it was the clam boil was delicious.
Oh,
She enjoyed it. So hopefully we can get there.
did Dad take you for ice cream yet, Sandy? You must be headed. You must have went for ice cream today, right? Somewhere with Dad. Yeah.
She's here visiting from Vermont.
Yeah,
so
she's down visiting. We visited with her this morning for a little while. She came by and saw us.
got to come and spoil Sweet Pea a little bit.
Soupy's getting antsy. She's starting to wiggle around on the floor here because it's 6:35. It's 5 minutes past the time that I would take her for snacks. So she's got an internal time clock. That dog. I think most dogs do, but hers is right on the money. I swear, it's crazy.
Sue said it's great for making new friends, whether you get to meet them or not.
Oh yeah,
Very true.
very true.
Very true. We have met lots of new people, and it's fun getting to know everybody. And
Yeah, and
we get to watch Bob drive his truck and tip it over. Thank God it's not a real truck, right? It's funny because the
he
first
must have been
time
a crazy stock car driver guy. That's all I got to say. Gee.
it's funny because the first time Ron saw that, he didn't realize that was a game. I don't know if it's called a game.
Yeah, when I
but-
first watched it, I'm like, wow, he's high tech. He's got something following his rig. And I'm watching him, I'm like, wow. Matter of fact, the first one I saw was you were hauling a boat, I think in Scotland. And I went, wow. He took his rig all the way to Scotland to haul a boat to. Look, and she's like, wow.
He's like,
I'm
wow.
look at the landscape. It's beautiful. I said, wow, he is, he's driving along. And I'm like, he must have something following him, like a drone or something. I had no idea it was the first time. I'm not a high tech guy, so
He's
I
like,
would-
wow, he's really good because he's in Scotland and she's talking to him at the same time. I don't know how they did that. Boy,
right.
I don't think we'll ever figure out how to do that. So,
And then come to find out, it's just a game.
right. So it was too funny. So the next time we watched together, I was like, oh my God, it's a game.
Yeah, well, I saw him
It was
flip. I
like-
saw him flip it over on the side one day, and then I'm like, oh my God! And next thing I know, he's going. Lucky Dog's going back down the road. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's not for real because there's no way he could have fixed that rig that fast. He had a trailer ready, heading to Walmart, I think it was.
I think you were right.
Yeah.
He said it's called Bump and Run.
Bump and run.
And in Pave Track, it's called Rubbing is Racing. So,
Yep.
And we have been doing it we started January, so this is 8 months now. We've been doing
Yeah.
the YouTube channel, so we are newbies, and we're trying to.
I think it was January 5th. I think it was. I'm not sure.
I want to say 20 something.
Yeah. whatever.
January 20 something. We started it, so we're going on like 8 months.
8
so
months. Yeah.
we are newbies.
And it's been a joy.
Yeah, and this
It
is
really
our
has.
first live, so
Yeah.
we thank you guys for coming and joining us on our first live. We've been so nervous about doing it, and
Oh my God.
everybody keeps saying it's the thing to do, it's the thing to do, and we're like, oh, I don't know about that. We're kind of boring people
I'm
who's
like
gonna want to
blown
come
away.
watch us.
I'm blown away at all of my friends,
Uh.
all of our friends that showed up here today. I'm just blown away. It's like amazing.
Oh, it's called the American Truck Simulator Game.
Oh yeah,
That's the name of it.
it's pretty cool. I mean,
Thank you for saying what she said. We're doing great, and they're glad to be here for our first live.
Wow.
We're so honored that you guys were our first person.
my God.
When we were sitting there going, oh man, is somebody gonna come watch? And he's like, there's one person, look. And I'm like, oh, it's Lucky Dog. So thank you. We're lucky. We're the lucky dogs over here because we got nice people like you to come and check us out. So we feel like the lucky dogs for sure.
And seriously, absolutely. So I don't know how long should we go on here. What do you
I don't
think?
know. Are we done?
I would say, huh?
Yeah. Well, we do thank you guys so much for. I mean,
We're gonna try to do this.
we'll try to do. So I don't know if this is a good time for everyone, but
Yeah,
I don't think
and I
we
don't
try
wanna-
not to step on anyone's
Yeah, I don't
toes.
wanna-
And Sue gave us good advice and said, you can't worry about that. You just got to pick your time and do it. And so I don't think we really
Yeah, and I
step
don't
on
want to
anybody's
go
toes.
bump up against any of our
Right.
friends' lives either. So we're gonna try to, if it's okay with everybody, we're gonna try to do Sundays at 5:30. I guess it seems to.
So
work.
we'll try to do Sundays at 5:30. So hopefully it's a good time and y'all get to come visit us more often so we get to have fun
And
um
a guy that doesn't understand high tech, I guess we did pretty
you did awesome.
pretty darn good. Yeah. Now we need to figure out how to go with like a GoPro camera or my camcorder or something for a better picture.
That picture, yeah, I don't know. Is it a good picture?
It's not a bad
guys?
picture, but it doesn't look great either from here, anyways. I mean, it could be way more clearer.
Camping Therapy, she got monetized on her 1-year anniversary of her first video.
Wow,
Wow.
good
So
for
that's
her.
4 months. I don't know if we're gonna get there or not.
Good for her. She's
Steve said he called his sister so he wouldn't be he wouldn't be by himself on his first live. We just did the same thing. We
I just
called
did the
Sammy.
same exact thing. I told my sister, please. Yeah, so I get it. Yeah.
So he called the sister and his dad, and he's like, "Well, we're driving right now." I'm like, "Well, pull over, do it on your cell phone."
He goes, no. I don't blame him.
He's like, "We can't do that," and I'm like, "Well, I almost home." He said, "Yep, 15 minutes." I'm like, "Okay, good. We can wait 15 minutes by ourselves if we have to."
I got my dad coming to help me to put the generator in too. He's really smart and stuff like that, so I feel really confident. I'll get under it and do the work. I need his brains, and I need his help too, but I need his brains. He's a smart guy, so
Guess that's where you got it from, right?
yeah, I thank him for the other day for my common sense and my Yankee ingenuity because I got it from him, I guess, and it's got me through life basically.
The two Mertens, Merton Jr. and Merton Sr.
Junior, Merton Senior. So when we do the when we put in the generator, I'm going to take a small video of it so you all get to see my dad. You can get to see my dad too on the day that we went to look at the RV back. A few videos.
Well, she said I was sneaky there because he didn't realize we were taping.
Yeah, he didn't realize that we
He's
were
like,
taping.
That was sneaky.
Susie was holding a GoPro on him the whole time. I don't know what he thought, but and he gave us quite a tour that day and stuff. And he didn't realize he was on there that long. I think it was a 22-minute video or whatever, and he was on most of it. But he took really good care of the rig. It's a 2004 van, but it's a 2005. Sold in 2005 after it was made into a camper, and he really took care of it really, really well. Everything works in it now. Like I say, there's no rot in it. Everything shifts good, runs good. So it's only got 33,601 miles on it or something like that. So
great.
It's a really good rig. The whole thing running down the road, because my dad gave me such a good deal on it, is not going to cost a whole lot of money. I mean, it's a lot of money, but it's not in today's standards. It's not. So we're very happy, very excited. We're also so happy about tonight's how this turned out. I want to thank all of you.
Thank you guys. We so appreciate it. And our mods, thank you guys for offering to do that for us, and we so appreciate that because
it's just
that makes it extra special to have you guys putting
special.
out everyone's link so that we can help them grow because we do want to help everyone.
I want to help.
And if anybody has any news they want to share, we're always willing to. If anybody needs watch hours or anything like that, we're always willing to help everybody out.
We'll always give you a shout out, because we're going to start not only doing live, we're going to do like a weekly talk on how our week went too. And we'll always give somebody a shout out. We have
for sure. We're going to try to do that.
I subscribe to anybody that's
right.
That comes to my channel. It's just that if they come to my channel, they deserve my subscription. I'm sorry if YouTube doesn't like that. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, we're willing to help anybody.
I'm willing to help anybody. So
if they subscribe to us, we definitely subscribe
absolutely.
Back because it's just I don't know, that just seems the nice thing
like
to do.
Common courtesy to me. I don't know, but that's just I don't know. That's not the way people think, I guess. Because if everybody subscribed to us, watched us, You know, we might even be up to 1,000 by now. Who knows? I don't know. But anyways, we're gonna call it a night, guys.
Thank you so much,
And-
everyone. We can't thank you enough for coming to support
I'm
us.
speechless. Yeah.
And speechless.
I mean,
yeah.
honestly,
Although
I mean-
you haven't been speechless at all.
No, I mean, I just don't know what to
I
say.
know,
I just don't know
I
what to
know.
say.
Thank you, guys.
I'm touched by everybody who
We
came.
are touched,
You know?
and we can't thank you enough for showing us support and love. And we love you all. And thank you. And we will definitely, keep up watching you guys
Yeah.
because
As
we
much
do
as
enjoy it.
as much as we can. I'm gonna try to keep up with everybody. You know?
Just come by and say hi once in a while. We may not get to see
Yeah,
everyone,
because
but
it's we're limited in time.
Steve, I don't know how I've been missing yours. I was doing your lives a lot.
Yeah, no.
I'm beginning to think that the notifications are getting shut off because a couple different
I don't know.
ones
Like
have
when I
gotten
get
shut
all
off
everybody's
on that.
notifications, that's for sure. Because
So I think that's
don't
what's
know
happening.
going on, but
Because Steve, I usually catch yours quite often.
Yeah.
And I haven't. Roy and Becky's, I've been getting theirs, but theirs is during the day, so I don't always
Right,
have the
we're-
time to do that one.
we're doing
But
other
Steve, I
things.
usually get to see that one. So, but yeah, so we're gonna check that out and find out what's up with the notifications because we do like to try to at least come in and say hi and support you guys as well. So
I'm looking forward to vacation because I'm going to get to spend some time on YouTube and do some more research and stuff. I'm so busy that all kinds of different things that I don't know about.
learning curves.
Yeah.
We'll just call it learning curves, and we're old, so learning curves are even bigger.
It's tough. It's tough to teach an old dog new tricks. It is. It's tough. So, anyways, guys, we're gonna let you all go because Sweepy's fidgety.
Thank you.
She'll be
We
barking
can't thank you
anyway.
guys enough for being with us. Steve's doing his live tomorrow, 8 a.m. Arizona time tomorrow morning, so that's probably 9 a.m. our time. That's an hour difference, I believe.
Okay.
So I'll catch you tomorrow because I'll be home tomorrow morning. YouTube, Roy and Becky said YouTube can't figure themselves out. So
I know, but but if it wasn't for YouTube guys, none of us would be here. So that's how I always look at it, because if it wasn't for them, none of us would be here. It's amazing the technology that goes into this. We just don't even think about it. I think it's just amazing. It amazes me, anyways. It blows my mind. It's almost Star Trek like. It's whatever. I'm an old coot, but.
Thanks so much, guys, and
Anyways.
we'll show you how old we are because the same bat same bat time, same bat channel.
Yep.
Next week, we'll hope to see you next week.
Yep.
Thanks so much, guys, and y'all have a great night. And we really, really enjoyed this, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching.
You.
Thanks so much. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.